I love talking to John, Joel, because he used to write for the WWE. He's a fantastic mind. He understands psychology, like you could hear him right there, asking, hey, what do you have to gain when this guy goes over? Why start a guy just to stop a guy? It's the same psychology that carries over. You know, you and I were talking about it yesterday when we were talking about Conor versus Floyd, and we made a very good point, which was to say that is the only fight in boxing that we want to see. It's not just Conor's going to go box somebody or Floyd's going to box somebody. It's those guys very specifically, but there's a psychology there. There's a reason why certain things work and certain things don't. You've got to be a chess player. You've got to be multiple steps ahead when you're trying to guess what the market wants. I think that John gives very good insight into that. And I do think that he's right that Goldberg's going to squash Owen and roll into WrestleMania with the belt to take on Lesnar.
You do realize that he came on and said he doesn't follow the product and then knew every single thing about what was going on with the product.
Well, I don't know if he knew how deep I was going to go. I think I went pretty shallow because, in fairness, even though I am a fan, I'm a 2-time-a-year fan. They come to Portland, and they usually come once a year. I'm there. They just came, so now it's my hot button. But WrestleMania is also right around the corner, and I like WrestleMania. So I think that I didn't go as deep as perhaps he was prepared.
Okay, so let me share this with you two idiots. The reason it is important, the reason it means something that Ric Flair won the championship 16 times in two different promotions is Ric Flair came on the show, saved our ass one day, and told us when you had that strap, you used to need to go 60 minutes every night. That's a big deal. It's also a goddamn big deal when somebody is on top of the bill that long to win 16 titles. And guess what, John Pierini or P. Facini or whatever the hell your name is, we're all goddamn marks. If we watch the show and we know it's fake, we're a mark. So here's what I want you guys to do. The 4 people left, listen to this goddamn show since you came on with the fucking Rolodex this full of all the people that we could have on as a guest, and you picked John Piforini or whatever the hell his name is. Next time that we have a guest on that's that goddamn bad, I want you to punch me right in the goddamn mouth. And furthermore, I'll say punch me. I will stand up and say punch me in the face. God damn, that was horrible.
I thought that was a great guess.
Jesus Christ, I'm sitting there saying, let's get a hold of Dresser. Let's get a hold of Mitrione. You can get a hold of the guy that just won the Celebrity Apprentice, and you bring a guy on that throws shade on you that if a guy sucked, then he deserved to come on this show. Guess what, Daddy? 500,000 motherfuckers listen to this show 3 times a week.
I think that maybe you feel threatened by John Piamarini.
I give a shit about John Pifarini. Just Jesus Christ. If you're going to come on the show, bring something to the table. Don't start by saying, hey, I don't follow the product, and then know everything about the product. Yeah, buddy, I get it. You had a hot girlfriend. She broke up with you. You act like you don't follow her anymore. We all know you do.
I do not know where this is coming from, and I had a totally different...
Somebody's got to save this goddamn show today!
I had a totally different experience. I thought that was great. I think that John is a very insightful mind, and he does...
The king of the goddamn nerds. That's what your name should be. Chael, the king of the goddamn nerds. Because you love that guy. You're in love with him. Nobody knows who the hell he is. Who is he? I don't know.
What happened in the last 15 minutes while I was talking to John?
I was just sitting there thinking to myself...
Did you get a text message and somebody ruined your day? What's happening right now?
I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, this is what he sprung on us. This is what the master of charisma threw on us, was that. Man, this a big show, brother. You got to give somebody something, and that was horseshit.
I have a different takeaway. I thought that John delivered. I thought that he always delivered. I thought that he was well-spoken. He's got a meeting he's got to go into.
So neither one of you guys know why it's important that somebody held the championship 16 times.
Well,
the guy in the business, the mark. God, you guys love saying the word mark. Gimmick, all this stuff. Yeah, we're all marks. We're MMA marks. We watch the sport. Our fans are Joel and Chael or Chael marks. They listen to the show. Who cares? Who cares?
Where did John get on your bad side? I'm just a little confused.
When he came on the show and said if a guy sucked, he should be given interviews to this show. That pissed me off. When he said he doesn't follow a product and then knew everything about a product, that pissed me off. What also pissed me off is we could have had 100 different people on this show that would have got me all twisted.
All right, well, I have a feeling that next week you're going to be hearing from John P. Marimi when he hears this fact that you just cut a promo on.
I tell you what, out of all the people that I've thrown shade on, some bad mamma jammas, I give a fook who John Perini come knocking at the Godfather's door.
Did you ever look into the bipolar that I talked to you about? They have medications for this.
Baby.
Joel, where are you at? You look like you're calmed back down.
I was never that upset.
Really?
Did it sound like I was?
It sure sounded like you were screaming a minute ago.
Was I screaming?
That's the thing with being friends with somebody that has bipolar. You never know what you're going to get. It keeps things fun and fresh around here. The last thing we want on this show is stability.
That is the last thing we want. Now, listen, Brew Chance.
I'm surprised at the moment. I don't quite understand why you take the title off AJ Styles to give it to Cena just to have it for a month. I think that weakens John. Unless they were trying to get to that 16-time championship, but they've had years to do that. So, surprising. I'm surprised they put it on him. I hope he holds it past WrestleMania. I mean, he's definitely deserving to be holding that title. I hope it's not just a quick transition to Randy Orton, but something tells me that's probably what's going to happen.
Now, is being a 16-time champion the honor that they try to make it out to be? Because what it really means is you also lost it 15 times. Is that really the honor? And I know that tied Ric Flair's record, but again, to the point, that just means he lost it 15 times.
I mean, if you're a total mark, it means something, but who really cares? I mean, even the whole, you lost it 15 times, it's scripted. Who cares?
Sure.
Someone said, put the title on Flair. Then someone said, put the title on Luger. Then someone said, it's not working. Put it on Flair. What honor is there in that? Who cares?
Yeah, I got you. Well, I see a little bit of honor just with the backstage politics. I mean, that's really where it goes. That's where those matches are won and lost. Who can puff up backstage the most, get the ear of the booker and the promoter. So I do. There is a legitimate game going on, but to your point, yes, what we see on camera, not a straight competition.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that they put it on you 16 times means they believed in you 16 times. Great. The fact that you need to have your guy John Cena hold it just as many times as Ric Flair, I mean, I don't know that really means anything. It's going to mean something to somebody who, if you're really believing in what they're doing, then sure. But I mean, how prestigious was that? Title reign, the 16th title reign for John Cena. Not very. I mean, I don't really keep up with the product that much anymore, but I can tell you that he held it for 3 weeks? Less than that, maybe.
Yeah.
It's not prestigious to me.
Okay.
Has one rumor for me this week.
What's he got?
He says the rumors coming out of Middle Easy is that Michael Bisping's next title defense is versus Anderson, Yoel Romero, or GSP. Now, Dana.
That's not a rumor. It's speculation. If you got 3 guys in there and they're all top guys, come on. A rumor is this is going to happen. But go ahead.
That's it.
Well, no, you said Dana.
Dana already came out and said Romero's next. So I don't know what kind of rumor that is, but I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Anderson fight for the title again. I'd love to see GSP against anybody. But you realize GSP's running around San Jose all week with Coker this week.
Is he?
Yeah. Already seen him in 2 or 3 different shots.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Look, I don't know what GSP is going to do. I have heard directly from him that he does want to fight again. I know he's training twice a day, every day, all that stuff. I know he's in shape. He's fit. He's ready to go. And he has said, look, I would come back to fight Bisping. I know if you're Michael Bisping, and the way your contract works, boom, you do everything you can to jump on the bill with GSP. So I believe that one has a little bit of traction, but you can't get around the fact that Yoel is the number 1 contender. Yoel has been promised that fight. Yoel signed to do that fight. Bisping ended up pulling out. He got hurt. So, yeah, Yoel's sitting there. I just don't think there's any way to get around it. Even if Bisping's looking at it and going, look, I get that he's the number 1 contender, and I get that he's great, but I'm also in here. I'm a prize fighter, and there's just not much of a prize for him unless you want to stick some other supporting cast on the card. I think that we need to have a conversation here. So And as far as the Anderson thing goes, that's the first I've heard that, is when you just said it, and I think that it would do good business. They did give Dan Henderson the opportunity. Anderson is coming off a win, and he did have that weird fight with Bisping the first time. So I think you can sell that in which way you want, but if you want my opinion, and this is strong, like 90%, it's going to be Romero.